Welcome back. Just as with last time, we're going to get right into things. I mentioned last time at the end that I would be talking about more stuff with content locations and base extensions, the magic stuff. I'm going to change up the order a little bit just because I think it's going to help me do things in a nicer way. So, right away, talking about base extensions. I mentioned while building my package.ini file that there was an optional key called base extension that would allow us to initiate some magical things. I'm going to go ahead and add that. Now we have our base extension key, base X, Camelback. I think it's called Camelback naming convention, but honestly I never really cared. Anyways, we have our base extension in there, and what this is going to do, we're going to actually have to uninstall our package here in a moment, but what this is going to do is it's going to allow us to tap into things such as this abstract class here called Chameleon Receiver. The Chameleon Receiver, it's a base class that you use so that if you'd like, you can override these events here and actually have them be called at different points during the during execution of the Chameleon Framework. The first two are the ones we're going to concentrate on this time, so I'm going to actually save those for last. But the other ones on pre-render, on menu render, and on menu item render, they all happen at specific times along the render process. Now you will understand more about the render process after the next tutorial, not this one. But I will be sure to show you those at some point in the future. I assure you they are extremely useful, gives you great access to do many interesting things with the system and with the content that has been registered both as menu locations or content locations. On to the ones that we're going to use. On install and on uninstall. These are two very simple events. Really everything's simple, but that's the point. These two events are called whenever a package is activated or deactivated. Now obviously we may have named these very poorly. This is a brand new system. We're still working on some of the bugs. We're not exactly worried about the proper naming just yet. We'll get there though. On install, on and install. Switch right over. I've already started implementing these, and here's what we're going to do. Since this has been set as our base extension in our package, all I have to do is create something that uses our key admin_pkg in front of _receiver and extends the Chameleon Receiver base class. And then any of those events that I want to override, I am welcome to. Now, in between the tutorials here, I went ahead and I did a little bit of cheating. I added a template. The template inside of the admin main module, right in there in default skin, blah blah blah. This is going to make it easier for me to put up some content that actually looks like it should be there. Now you'll see I have 3 variables in there. This is all basic N2F template stuff. This is obviously a dynamic template as opposed to a static template. We do use static templates quite extensively in this system, but we'll get there. First things first. Using this, since really Chameleon is just sitting on top of N2F, there's not a thing that you can do in N2F that you can't do in Chameleon. If anything, there's quite a bit more. So, what this means is we just want to create a new template. We'll do it as a dynamic one. We will set the module, set the file to apkg box, and being as intelligent as I am, I've already forgotten the 3 variables that I had: title, heading, and content. We'll set those here. Obviously I don't have anything to actually put in here, so we're just kind of goofing around for the sake of demonstration. but hopefully the demonstration is worthwhile. I will go ahead and render, and what I'll actually do from this point, you'll notice that my one parameter as set up by the base class is actually a Chameleon class object, which allows me to do just as I would anywhere else. This. Now, notice I put -1 in there. -1 is a very special indicator as far as positioning goes with content locations. -1 tells the content location system that it should just plain and simple throw this onto the top of the stack. Imagine it as if you're taking over the 0 spot and moving everything from 0 up a position. Now, that's all we really need, and honestly, I'm not going to take the time to type this out again, so we're just going to change our field settings. There we go. Now we've implemented our two events. Things should go well for us. The one thing that I want to do before we finish up and just test all of this here is, we have down here all of this. We're going to get rid of our content there. And what I'd like to do is, I'd like to register some content specifically for the main page in the admin. So, we're just going to do this as if we were in N2F. With this set request nmod and request nmod, which again is the module, and nmod is equal to main, and actually what we'll want to do is we'll say if it's not set or if it's main. Register. But let's just do this while we're at it. Great. Fix that up so it actually uses the right thing. And let us see what happens. One thing that we're going to need to do, I'm going to open this up here and actually copy these over, because in order to really get the full effect here, we're going to have to update this as if we were upgrading our package. So I'll make these changes. I'm going to leave the template file in there. Normally what you would do is you would remove the template file because it's a new file since 1.1, since version 1.1 of our package. We remove that and then throw it in here through the proper hierarchy, but we won't waste our time. Now, if all goes well, we should see 1.2 down in the bottom. Oh. Interesting. We appear to be having a little bit of a bug. Let's see if it resolves itself. So, there are some installation notes added into the system here. It looks like I have the packages content being set up to go first. And just as one little side note, if you should ever find yourself with a lot of errors or something, you'll see safe mode equals true just popped up. This is a very important tool. Come to this page, nmod equals cs packages and safe mod equals true. And you will notice that all of the package stuff has gone away, so you are free to disable things as you wish. Hope this has been a helpful one. Next time we're going to talk a lot about modules and skins, and that's about it for now.